7:7 of Romans. Is the law sin? No. Sin is shown through the law. 7:8. But sin, taking occasion by the commandments, wrought in me all forms of strong sexual desires / lust. Without the law, sin was dead. 7:9. I was alive without the law, but when the sin came, sin revived me and I died. 7:10. The commandments ordained for life I found to be unto death. 7:11. Sin taking occasion by the commandments deceived me, by it slew me, but it slew me. 7:12. Law is holy, just, and good. 7:13. Will good bring death upon me? God forbid, but sin that it might appear sin, working death in me, by that which is good, that sin by the commandments might become exceedingly sinful. 4:13. For the promise that thou should be the heir of the world was not to Abraham, but to thy seed, through the law, but through the righteousness of faith. 6:13. Neither give your body as instruments of unrighteousness. 6:14. Sin shall have no dominion over you, for you're not under the law by grace. 6:15. Shall we sin? Creator forbid, since we're under grace and not law. 6:18. Being made free from sin, you became the servants of righteousness. 8:57. Before Abraham was I. 8:58. They sought to stone him, but Yahushua hid himself. 9:3-5. They have not sinned, but the works of Creator be made manifest in them. I must work a work of whom sent me, while day is day, for night is coming, when no one will be able to do any works. As long as I'm in the world, I am the light. 9:39. For judgment I am come into the world, so they not able to see may see, and that they that see may be blinded. 9:41. If you were blind, you would have no sin. Now you see, we see, so sin remains. 10:1. Those entering not by the door, but another way, is a thief. 6:1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin, that grace may be abound? 6:2. Creator forbid, if the dead is sin, will not live therein. 9:30-31. Shall we say the Gentiles who have not followed after righteousness has attained righteousness, but Israel who follows the law of righteousness have not attained righteousness? 9:32. Because the sword is not by faith, so the sword of it is not by faith, but by the works of the law. Because they sought it not by faith, but by the works of the law. 14:13. Judge not one another anymore, but judge this, that no one put a stumbling block in front of another, or an occasion to fall in your brethren's way. 13:14. Put on Yahushua Christ, make not provisions for the flesh to fulfill lust thereof. 14:10. Why does thy judge your brethren, or why do you set at naught your brethren? For we shall all stand before the judgment seat of Christ. 14:11. For it says, every knee shall bow and every tongue confess the source. 3:9. What then? Are we better than they? No, in no wise. For we have before proved, both Jews and Gentiles, that they are all under sin. 3:10. As is written, there's no righteous one among them. Then we have 3:25. For circumcision is a profit. What circumcision is a profit if you keep the law? But if not, it's of no profit. 324, if uncircumcised keep the law, shall be as the circumcised. 327, if they fulfill the law, shall judge you who transgress the law, though you be circumcised outwardly. 328, for they are not of Yahudah, which is outward appearance, neither is that circumcision, which is outwards. 329, but they are Yahudah on the inside. Their circumcision is of the heart, and the spirit, not in the letter. Their praise isn't of humans, but of the source. 118, the wrath of the source is from thy realm against the ungodly and the unrighteous, whom hold truth as unrighteousness. 119, that which be known or be made known of the source is manifest in them. The source has shown them. 120, for invisible things of thy come from the source, being overstood by things that are made, even thy eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. 121, they glorified not the source when they knew thy, were ungrateful, were vain in imagination, heart darkened by foolishness. 122, calling themselves wise, yet became as the fools. 212, for as many have sinned without the law, shall also perish without the law. As many have sinned shall be judged by the law. 2:11, for Gentiles who have not the law, by nature do the things which are in the law. They have not the law or unto themselves, or so that they have not the law or the law unto themselves. 7:6, are we delivered from the law, being dead therein? We were held, we shall serve in the meekness of spirit, not of the old letter. 3:1, what advantage then have the Jews, or what profit is thereof of circumcision? 3:3, for what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Creator without effect? 3:21, but now the righteousness of the source without the law is manifested, being witnessed by the law and the prophets. 3:19, what the law says is said to those under the law, that every mouth should be stopped, and all the world become guilty before the source. 3:20, by deeds of the law there shall no flesh be justified in thy sight, for by the law is knowledge of sin. 3:21, righteousness of the Creator without the law is manifested, being witnessed by the law and the prophet. Okay, I repeated that, I believe. 3:29, is thy the Creator of the Jews only? Is thy not of the Gentiles? Yes, of the Gentiles as well. 3:30, seeing its one source, which shall justify the circumcision by faith and uncircumcision through faith, or uncircumcised by faith. 2:17, you're called Yahudah and rest in the law and make you boast of the source. 2:18 through 29, knowing thy's will and proves the things more excellent, being instructed by the law. Verse 19, so that was 18. Verse 19, you're confident that you're a guide to the blind, light to those in darkness. Verse 20, instructor to the fools and babes, having the form of truth and knowledge. 21 through 23, saying one shouldn't break the law, making boast of the law, yet breaking the law. 24, the source is blasphemed among the Gentiles because of you. 11:1, I say, has Creator cut them off? 11:2, the source has not cast away thy people. Elias complained against Israel. 11:3, saying, they've killed thy prophets, only I am left, and they seek my life. 11:4, I reserved 7,000 who haven't bowed to idols. 11:5, 11:5, even today is there a remnant according to the election of grace. 11:6, if by grace, then is then is it no more works other what? So if by if by grace, then it is no more works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. If of works, then is it not? Is it no more grace? With otherwise, work is no more work. I had to read that one, I guess. 11:7. Israel has not obtained that which thy seeks, but the election has obtained it. But the election has attained it, and the rest were blinded. 11:8. As is written, the source has given them a spirit of slumber. 11:11. Have they stumbled that they should fall? No, rather that through their fall salvation shall come unto the Gentiles to provoke them to jealousy. 11:12. Now if the fall of them be the riches of the world, the diminishing of them to the riches of the Gentiles, how much more their fullness. 11:13. For I speak to you, Gentiles, as much as I am the apostle of the Gentiles. I magnify my office. 11:18. Boast not against the branches, for if you boast, you bear not the root, but the root of you. But the root you. Or I'm not sure. 11:19 through 20. the branches broken off that I be grafted in, because of unbelief they were broken off, and you stand by faith. Be not high-minded, but respect. 11:21. If natural branches not spared, take heed unless you're not spared.